Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. This video marks the start of a new series on my channel. Welcome to RCO Retro Client Overview. In this series, I'm going to be taking a look at old and discontinued clients. Some of these are well known and were used by lots of people, while others were lesser known private clients that never made it into public circulation. We're going to start off with Xdolf, a client that I personally used back in 2016, but before we get to that, I want to say hello to all of the new members. The support recently has been amazing and I really do appreciate all of you. If you enjoy my content and want to support what I do, please consider joining these legends. Thanks guys. Okay, so before we start loading up some of these old clients, I want to talk about how I got these clients and about some of the risks involved with running them. All of the clients listed on screen now were given to me by UFO Crossing. He zipped up his mods folder and old clients from an old computer and sent them my way. I was warned that these clients may not be safe to run and that they could potentially contain malware within them. So I have set up a new virtual machine for testing these clients, and I will only be running these clients within my VM. Sadly, not all of the clients seem to work. The following clients crash, but maybe someone smarter than I can get them to work: Axiom, Forgehax, Tango Legacy, and TF4U. I've tested installing them in different ways and on different versions, but sadly none of them will launch. I am also going to upload all of the clients to my GitHub to create a public archive of sorts. I want to make it very clear, these clients may not be safe. I do not recommend downloading and using these clients unless you know what you are doing. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Starting with Xdolf, a client that I personally remember using back in 2017. The client was created by XOXP, an old and well-known 2B2T player. This version of Xdolf is made for Minecraft 1.11, and the file that I have was supposedly created on the 6th of April 2017, though I am not sure how accurate that is. Installing Xdolf is very different to modern clients. You do not add the client as a mod, but rather replace the Minecraft jar file within the Xdolf file. Doing this is much easier with the Prism launcher. Under versions, select replace Minecraft jar file and select the Xdolf jar file, and when you launch you should have Xdolf installed. After launching the client, I saw an update available button. I was curious as to what would happen if I clicked this, but sadly nothing happens, and this is not too surprising. This client was discontinued a long time ago. The client's default prefix is full stop, and using this command I set the client's GUI to P. I honestly don't remember much about hacking back in 2016 and 2017, but seeing the client again does bring back some nostalgia. Looking through the client's features, I am equally as surprised as I am impressed. Sadly, I've seen modern clients that offer less, and keep in mind this version of Xdolf is nearly 7.5 years old at this point. The HUD window can be enabled or disabled, and you can interact with them or move them around. You can also pin them and make them visible on screen. When it comes to the modules themselves, they are clearly very old, and only 4 of the modules offer settings, with the settings just being a single slider. From what I have been told and from what I can find online, Xdolf was one of the first free clients to offer modules like Auto Totem, Entity Speed, and Auto Crystal. These modules are extremely outdated. The Auto Crystal has no settings and does not even place end crystals. It only pops end crystals that you manually place. The X-ray module does not work at all. Rather than leaving the ores as visible blocks, all of the blocks are made invisible or see-through. But modules like Fulbright and ESP do work, and they look fairly good, but again have no custom options. Sadly, a lot of these old clients lack documentation. I tried to get in contact with XOXP, one of the original client creators, but he did not want to talk, which is fair enough. There is not a lot of good or helpful information on Xdolf online, so from what I have found and from what I have read, this is what I believe the client's history looks like. Though please keep in mind this may not be perfectly accurate. From my understanding, sometime in 2013, XOXP created a private client named Adolf that he used on 2B2T. He later shared this with his friends, and they shared it with their friends, making the client semi-popular. What was not known at the time was that the semi-public version of Adolf contained some extra undocumented features that allowed XOXP to get the coordinates of anyone using the client. A few years later, near the end of 2016, XOXP and Sgt. Pepper, also known as Dark Cart, took the Adolf client code and created a new client named Xdolf. Xdolf would get some interesting and innovative updates, with features like Auto Crystal and Auto Totem being added to the client. On the 4th of May 2017, XOXP posted an announcement in the Xdolf Discord server stating the following. So me and Pepper have done some talking and have come to the decision that we should take down the Xdolf GitHub and obfuscate our client from now on. information. As much as we don't actually want to do this, we are sort of being forced to do so. Some people are using Xdolf, renaming it and claiming it as their own. Xdolf will continue to be free, but in the future the source will no longer be accessible on GitHub. And this basically spelled out the end of the Xdolf client. People were rightfully skeptical about using a closed source client after XOXP had built a reputation of backdooring the Xdolf client previously. Sometime in 2018, Xdolf was officially discontinued and no further updates were posted until the 17th of June 2021, when the Dark Heart website that used to host the Xdolf client downloads updated with a new message. This message basically details a bug with the last public release of Xdolf that caused the game to crash on launch, and the message included a fix for this crash and a link to the client's code, officially making it open source again. And this is the client's history that I have cobbled together from what I found online. It is far from perfect, there are still open questions, I keep seeing references to legal issues, but it is not clear what the issue or dispute was about. If you know any other interesting facts about Xdolf, please leave them in the comments down below. I also want to give Pseudofox a shout out. He is pretty much the only person who actually created useful archives of the Xdolf client. In conclusion, Xdolf is an old client with an incomplete but interesting history. Running these old clients really makes me appreciate how far clients have come and how feature-rich modern clients are. But at the same time, I'm also impressed at the offered modules, even if they are outdated in today's client market. Seeing and using the first ever Auto Crystal and Auto Totem modules is just really cool to me. But I don't want it to stop here. I want to dive even deeper into the history of these old clients, and that's where I need your help. If you know anything about any of these old clients listed on screen, or if you have some old client files that you would be willing to share, hit me up on Discord. My DMs are open and I'd love to chat. Anyways, that is enough rambling for one day. Please let me know what you think of this new series in the comments down below. I'll see you all down there. Thanks for watching. I have been your boy KiLAB. Peace in the Middle East.